So I'm going to take a couple of chestnut mushrooms, and just in a few here, so probably one of these is going to be two be enough. So again, it's just a little classic French sauce. So when I was starting my career, chasseur back in the 90s would have been on a lot of menus, like Pog would be the peppercorn sauce, then a sauce Diane again, would be another one, black pepper, cognac, cream, and a bit of demi to finish that dish. So again, these are I suppose dishes and sauces that would have been synonymous with classical French cooking, but you don't see on tons of menus every now and again, unless it's some of my menus. I do like to use it every now and again. A chicken chasseur would be a lovely way of cooking as well, doing a dish. A chicken chasseur would be a whole chicken. A whole chicken should break down into eight pieces, okay? So you've leg and thigh, 2 legs and thigh, you get the whole chicken, pull off the leg and thigh, cut right down between the breast and the leg, turn it upside down and you push it through the oyster meat, which is called, and then run the knife through it, split the leg and thigh, sit on the side and repeat that the other side. Then you break off the bony part of the carcass, but you leave the breastplate going. And then the two breasts will be cut into split in half first and then split in half again. But we'll have a wee bit of the bone underneath the breast meat, which will protect it. Season it, pan fry it till it's golden, put it in a wee casserole dish. And then basically, all what I'm going to do here with the sauces, as you would do as well with the chicken, a little bit of mushroom, shallot, tarragon, chopped tomatoes and red wine. Only with the chasseur, you'll add a bit more wine than what I'm going to add. Braise it in an oven for about an hour and a half. Absolutely incredible. A little bit of mashed potato and some green beans, okay? So, again, another classic way of using the sauce. So, just the tiniest bit of oil into this. But generally, when I cook steak, especially one as good as this, with a nice bit of marbling, I wouldn't use any fats at all, right? Because simply what I do is what's called salt frying, all right? And generally with the salt frying, the salt is actually there to dehydrate. The salt is there to dehydrate the meat. Sucks out the fat, and then it actually cooks in its own fat, you know what I mean? So, and it's creating a little salt crust as well as it's cooking, all right? So, sizzle is exactly what you're after there, okay? So we're going to get a nice wee bit of colour on that side. And what I have as well is a little bit of shallot. So we're going to drop in a tiny wee bit of shallot. So we're going to actually work the sauce, make the sauce kind of as we go, and try and create that sort of one pan wonder type thing again. Like, I want to cook the way you want to cook. You want as little dishes as possible, keep it as simple as possible, and sort of go. And as we said earlier, season as you go. So in with a little bit of rock salt again, and now in with our chestnut mushrooms. We'll start that. And again, working fast all the time. Now again, you'd sort of be inclined right away to either check the pan, move the pan, do whatever, okay, just leave it alone. Like, experience will tell you, like, give it a wee bit of time, and I'll know another maybe 20-30 seconds. I'm going to have a nice little bit of a crust on the steak. You only get one crack at the crust, like you only get one crack at the colour. So you just want to get it on, pick your spot, leave it, and just work from there. And that way you're getting a lovely, lovely seal into the meat. The other thing to note, what I want to mention earlier, is if you were at the seaside, especially on a hot summer's day like today, and you were to jump in a 40-foot or whatever and just shrivel up, but you know, you sort of ease your way in, it's not so bad. Acclimatise the meat, like take that meat out. I had it iced up. I took it out off the ice pack about an hour ago. Let it come to sort of room temperature. It goes in and it's not curling up. If you ever see a slice of bacon or meat and it curls up and it's not on the pan, you rest before you cook and you rest after you cook as well, okay? So turn it over now. You can all see there from the mirror, I've got a lovely bit of colour on the meat, okay? Now if the pan's up in the air, it's moving all over the place, you're not going to get that nice little bit of colour whatsoever. Next thing then, synonymous with chasseur again, would be tarragon. So obviously, it can be hard to get fresh tarragon, especially if you're outside the city. Some of the smaller areas, you won't see tons of fresh tarragon. But again, dry tarragon is really, really good. And it's one of the dry herbs. Sage would be another one that actually translates really well from dry to fresh. One works as good as the other. So feel free to use that as well. So white pepper. So our tarragon's in there. The other benefit from doing the chasseur in the pan that you've sealed the steak is you've now deglazed the pan of all the sediment of the steak itself, okay? So you're maximising the flavour of your sauce just by doing the actual dish itself then in the pan that you're using for the steak. Now that's actually going to be quite thick. These are really good chopped tomatoes. Actually, sometimes they can have a wee bit more water content than what's in there. What I would do then normally, like if that was a wee bit wetter and it wasn't going to be thick enough, I would probably add like maybe just a heaped teaspoon of tomato puree and just whisk it into that sauce. Tomato puree just gives you another wee depth of flavour. I love using it, especially in bolognese, lasagnas. Always have a really slow cook, a good 45 minutes to an hour, really letting it just that wee sort of plop of a bubble, like when it's on a really low simmer on a range or a cooker. But again, tomato puree just adds a really good bit of depth whenever you're making anything sort of tomatoey based, you know. So set this aside. And what I'm going to do, again, that's been sitting there a minute or two already. Depending on how thick it is, you just want to give the meat, the bigger it is, the longer you'll let it rest, okay? So that's generally your gauge, alright? So say if it was a roast turkey at Christmas, if you roasted your turkey, you really should be letting it rest at least 20 minutes, 25 minutes even, covered with a bit of foil before you would actually carve it and serve it to anybody, alright? So when it's a small piece of steak like this, generally anywhere between 2 and 4 minutes, 2 minutes for one that's thin like this is actually fine. If it's any bigger, add a wee bit of time here and there, okay? So our sauce should be fine. We'll knock that off, let it finish itself. Yes?
You added something after the tarragon. Was it mustard?
After the tarragon. So we garlic.
Garlic.
Garlic maybe, yeah. So just the sweat of the onion, so the shallots, mushroom, get a nice wee bit of a softness on that there. In with a little bit of the garlic and the tarragon, and then the red wine, and finish it up from there then, okay? So into our serving bowl.
That ribeye steak,
Yeah, that's a ribeye, yeah.
Could you do the same now with a sirloin?
Oh, absolutely, aye. Absolutely. The exact same.
But what is the difference between the...
Well, it's just the cut. I suppose the ribeye would be the best cut. I mean, a lot of people say the ribeye is the daddy of all cuts that's within. So the ribeye would be from the forerib of the animal, so it's quite protected as well. So you have a forerib, a midrib, a chuck piece, sirloin, then it would go along the back leg, and then it would come right up to sort of the hind leg of the cow, and then that's the rump. The rump is a wee bit tougher because it gets a lot more work. And but again, the rump would be quite nice as well, and it does eat really well. Grazes really well as well, you know what I mean? But the rib would be